early. Sometimes it's good to be early. But our show starts at a specific time. You should remember that. Let's get started then, shall we?
Dylan, I don't give a what you think about a co-host and freshen up my show.
It might not be flashy, but sometimes you just got to toss another person to make a statement.
My show's about the People's Podcast. Everyone has a voice. I don't need a co-host. Go listen to one of the other 5,000 shows with a co-host because they don't have a mouth like the big guy.
Opie, are you a career killer with Tim Sabian, yourself, and many others?
Be myself. Never had real issues with those people. They just understood that I was a different bird. The rest of them, though, I'm like, oh, shut up. I'm paying your salary because the ratings are so good, so shut up.
Hey,
Live from
Somewhere.
it's
Dillon.
We are live, back again, and our co-host, no, I am the co-host. Our co-host is me, Dylan. Our host for the day is our buddy Donkey Lips. We have been here before, and Donkey Lips is a former child star who really is trying to get back onto it. And I think you should do something else. He was one of the first that I put up on my life plan for wellness because he lives in the shittiest part of Hollywood. I don't know exactly where, but seeing that studio apartment that he has, I know that he lives in the shittiest part of Hollywood. Is it on Gramercy? Are you near Gramercy Street there? What's the cross section? Franklin and Gramercy? Is that where you are? You should move to Henderson, Nevada, Mr. Michael Ray Bauer. Get a job at a disc golf store. I believe you'll like that. And do yoga progressively more and more because you're not in the best of shape, Mr. Lips. Without further ado, well, excuse me, let's bring our host, Donkey Lips, Michael Ray Bauer, to the forefront. He is wearing a Zeke the Plumber shirt that is an original design you can buy at his store. So I am wearing my prototype of the Sexy Clown Circus merch shirt, and that is not for sale anywhere. I've got to commission some sexy clown art before this Sexy Clown Circus shirt can be sold to the general public. But he does have some Zeke the plumber shirts for sale. He's got some Camp Anawana shirts for sale. He's selling his scripts. He collects scripts. Oh, shoot. I was supposed to get my 8x10s. Anyways, he collects scripts, and he's selling off his collection. I collect 8x10s. You see some of them behind me. I've got a bigger pile somewhere else. Thank you, King of All Diffs, for coming in a bit early, dropping a comment there. And Donkey Lips is talking about SAG-AFTRA. So I'm curious about what he has to say. We'll see if this is a long episode today. He goes 42 minutes, and we're going to stop. So take it away, Donkey Lips.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Michael Ray. Hey, Bauer, coming to you with...
And this time he's not in landscape mode. He is in portrait mode. He might have been using his phone before. He might have been using his laptop, but definitely using his phone to record that this time. I could take this to the TikTok. Is that the one? Oh, no, but then my co-host thing will be gone if I do it that way. But yeah, I think I like that better. Let's just get rid of my banner. And there is an easier way to do this banner. I just needed to make it part of my background. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We'll just not have the banner.
A video before I go on an adventure. That's right. I'm finally getting out of the studio apartment. And
Yay!
And amazing people are taking me on an adventure. So I can relive.
Oh, he doesn't mean he's getting out for good. He's still going to live in the shittiest part of Hollywood at Gramercy and Franklin. Damn.
Childhood, the nostalgia, while I dance, maybe lose some weight. And long story short, get some exercise, breathe new life into these.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Do some yoga. That is stretching. I prefer the stretching over the weightlifting or the running. The running should definitely, you should definitely get some walking and some jogging in, Donkey. I think your cardio needs a little kick in the pants.
Lungs. I don't know. I'm doing a I can't even say it. Soliloquy or something. But hey, we got the San Diego Comic-Con Nickelodeon event coming up this Thursday, July 20th.
And please tell me you were an invited guest. Please tell me you didn't buy a ticket to go there. Please tell me, Donkey, that they invited you there and they are giving you money. Please, please, please.
Here's a commercial for it on this channel. All the information to buy tickets before the event are down below with all the information. And they're throwing events Wednesday night for video games, an 8-bit party at the same nightclub. Information down below. They're throwing the
Good morning, Rochi. Tacos. Oh, yes. I did not do that video. That was done by Milton on No One Likes Onions. He makes tacos in his bathroom. Thank you for reminding me of that, Rochi. His studio apartment in the shittiest part of Hollywood. I'm going to keep saying it's at Gramercy and Franklin. It doesn't get much shittier than that. That's where I believe he's at.
So Nostalgia Nightclub on Thursday.
Thanks for joining again, Rochi.
Friday, there's a
Good morning.
Emo Twilight type movie party from XLE Productions. They do amazing stuff. Then they have a band that's going to play the Flux Capacitors. They are world renowned. They are an awesome 80s and 90s band, and they make original music for movies.
No one cares about the Flux Capacitors' original music. They are in for the hits. Play Huey Lewis 5 times. Did Huey Lewis have 5 hits? I bet he did. He had a lot of hits off of that sports album.
And they're just awesome people. And you guys have seen a few of their videos on this channel before, and I've went to their parties at Christmas and like New Year's. So they're taking me on an adventure.
You know what? I'm going to speed you up until you get to the SAG-AFTRA stuff.
After the adventure. But for now, I'm just making a personal video letting everybody know that I recently have realized, I don't know what the thing is called, the anxiety or the stress, where you kind of don't leave the apartment or go out a lot. You know,
agoraphobia.
Not have a car at the
Donkey Lips was getting into this last time. He has the agoraphobia, as you should, in the shittiest part of Hollywood. You wouldn't feel that bad in. There's bad parts of Henderson, Tennessee, Henderson, Nevada, but you want to get in one of the mid-level parts of Henderson, Nevada, where you start your job and your exercise and get away from this dream that isn't happening. I'm sorry, Donkey. I met a few child stars in my day, and they were in a similar boat where they should do something else, and they do excel at other things. I bet you excel at disc golf. I bet you'll be on ESPN in a few years if you put your mind to it.
Moments, and I struggle health-wise with getting around because I don't do it, and I need to, but I'm a little nervous.
In Henderson, Tennessee, you won't have to make tacos in your bathroom. Oh my God, I could not believe that footage. Apparently, he's been Donkey Lips has been doing stupid shit on the internet for years and years. I was unaware that Milton was covering him as much as he is, but this guy, he definitely just deserves covering. Thank you, Milton, and No One Likes Onions. I've got to catch up on that back catalog you have of Donkey Lips tearing downs.
Haven't really left the apartment overnight. I'm going to do this for about 4 days, and I'm just being honest. People are going to use it against me because that's what they like to do. Oh, how dare you? Whatever. But yeah, man, I'm nervous.
How dare you stay in that apartment?
I have anxiety, but I need to do this. How are you going to get back to life if you don't go out and live life?
See, that's what I've been saying too. I've been living a lot of my life on the internet lately, and I have made sure that I go out and socialize. Like the security guard at my favorite place to go, I've become chummy with because I'm there, he's there. I need to be chummy with someone. Got to make some friends somewhere.
So regardless of
he's a fellow autist.
Fears in my head for my health, for my brain, for my body breaking down, whatever
my body breaking down.
I'm proud. Okay? I'm proud. please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of this.
Yeah, why not? Thank you, Donkey Lips, for segueing into the segment. Oh, looky there. I haven't changed it since Ryback, but all the information is there of where you can find Dillon from somewhere. So you can like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and be here for each and every episode. The more that you comment, the more that you chat, the more people that will see it. Yes, here on Dillon from Somewhere. One day we'll get monetized, but that's not today. DillonFromSomewhere@gmail.com for all your creative needs. Well, most of your creative needs. I'm a jack of some trades, not all trades. Back to you, Donkey.
This channel for exclusive content. A lot in the days ahead. I promise you guys. I'm starting a podcast in August, and
this isn't a podcast.
I don't know what it'll become.
Oh, so there's an opening. There's an opening. Donkey, pick me. Donkey, pick me. I'll do this podcast with you. Yes, we have got a thing going. We can really get this rolling, Donkey Lips. You and me together on this upcoming podcast. Let me in there. I can help get this done. Actually, I don't think we'll help either. Like the thing with KC Armstrong offering to be his co-host is he has a built-in audience. He's just giving them a boring show. I don't have an audience. Donkey Lips doesn't have an audience. Now that I think of it, this may be a doomed prospect, but we'll have some fun, Michael.
I am what I am, and who I am is what I am. And as you guys can see, like I said, I got rid of a little bit of the gray, trying to look my best for this adventure coming up, and I hope to see you guys there. A lot of
Did you shoe polish that up, Donkey?
Be there, dancing the night away, having a good time. And if you're in the San Diego area, check out the Park Nightclub, PARQ Nightclub, on Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. Thursday night is a nostalgia night.
No, you got the days all wrong. It's Sunday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. on the Dillon from Somewhere channel. We'll get this right one of these days, Donkey. And I forgot to pull the Shrek drop. Damn it, Donkey.
And
missed opportunity.
Some videos for members only in the days ahead, and then I'll release some of those videos and make a vlog in the future.
Okay, we decided last time that making fun of his lisp is below the belt. We will acknowledge it. We will not make fun of it. And we did get 2 strikes last time. We made fun of his lisp twice, which we said was below the belt.
I did a cooking video like a week or 2 ago.
Oh yeah, Rochi saw that. We should get into that cooking video someday, or I guess we don't need to. Melton got into that cooking video since you don't have a kitchen and you use your toilet as a strainer for your beef. Oh, donkey.
And I started editing it, but I haven't finished. But you guys.
Ooh, it's a new one. There's a new cooking video with Donkey Lips up. Everyone, I imagine Melton's going to cover that. Thank you, Melton, for all your hard work. I didn't know you were doing. I got to catch up.
Video in the next couple weeks as well.
I'd rather catch up with the Melton lens than just
you guys might enjoy it.
Donkey.
Because you guys love the cringe. But that being said, like I said, I'm anxious. I'm fearful. I'm getting picked up later tonight to go to this event.
Getting picked up later tonight. Are you working as a prostitute? You don't have to be a prostitute. The Flight of the Conchords told me that.
With a bunch of creators and the producers of the event.
Okay, thank goodness.
Don't worry, this is not under SAG and AFTRA. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, thank goodness. He is invited. He is getting paid. Thank goodness.
But
he's not just going.
Yeah, we're all staying at a house. Call it a hype house, a content house, whatever. And
is Chrissy Mayer going to be there?
A summer adventure. And I'm going to be blessed to do so. Please consider picking up some merchandise if you want.
Yeah, same here, Rochi. B Dabbler was covering No One Likes Onions. I saw B Dabbler's coverage of No One Likes Onions coverage. What is that bumper he has? It's time to blow Melton, and he played the Donkey Lips. Yeah, so credit to both B Dabbler and No One Likes Onions for bringing that bathroom taco to our attention.
These type of t-shirts available. And some other stuff, and I still need to add some stuff to my store, but my mind has been on this event and preparing for it. That's how long it takes me. It takes me a good while to mentally prepare. But yeah, please check out my merchandise links below.
I don't think we can call an
All right,
actor a
so you guys got
hacka
all that
though.
information.
Oh, I would have loved to
Now,
have seen
let's
a
talk about
stand-up
the
set.
SAG-AFTRA strike.
Yes, let's do. I would love to have seen you do a stand-up set. There's lots of former stars that do a stand-up around Los Angeles. I don't believe Donkey is one of them. Yes, let's get into it.
A lot of people have been coming to me with questions,
A lot?
and because they
3
know I'm an actor, and I might be one of the only
actors.
I might be. I'm not saying I am.
I think was. That's stretching
But
it.
I might be one of the only actors that is like they talk to or is readily available. Or
if you go to the dive bar at 3 p.m., Paulie, Bulk of Bulk and Skull is hanging out there. You can get his 2 cents on it as well. I imagine he's SAG. Power Rangers most definitely was not under a union. That was non-union as fuck.
Maybe they consider me a star. Whatever. But I'm one of the few that, for the most part, I talk to as many people as I can on social media, and you guys talk.
And you could talk to Kai at that same bar from the what was it, the 4700, and the Kane horror movie. See No Evil. He's from Canada, so he has even more insight into SAG-AFTRA with international actors.
Talk to me.
But he isn't a day drinker like Paulie is. Kai is a night drinker like I was. Day drinkers and night drinkers, 2 different breed.
Give me messages. I talk to you. You guys support me. I try to support you as much as I can. Long story short, I'm accessible to most people. To the haters and the people that I don't like what they say or do, I'm not really accessible. But to the other people that are kind of heart or spirit, I'm accessible. So a lot of people are asking me
Fun
questions.
list. Ooh, that one was hard. That one's hard. No strike. We're just acknowledging we almost had a strike.
And this is a big deal. I know I have my issues with SAG and AFTRA. And
We
I
all
made
do.
videos where I said, could they force.
My issue with SAG-AFTRA is dropping me from their insurance during a worldwide pandemic for not working enough during a worldwide pandemic when no one was working to qualify for the insurance. Fuck you, Gabrielle Carteris, your whole Andrea Zuckerman squad of corrupt cunts that you had in there. Fran Drescher, here's your opportunity to prove you are not a twat like Gabrielle Carteris, Andrea Zuckerman was in that seat. I voted for Michael Modine.
Mandates on us, to work with studios and all that. And I don't like that. Again, whether Hollywood is woke or this or that, it's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about SAG and AFTRA. Okay, that is a union that actors want to get into.
It's actually a guild. It's not actually a union. They call it a union, but it's a guild. It is not a union. They do not help you get work. They just set the safety standards and many other pay and other standards. They are actually a guild and not a union, even though they are called a union.
And you get a card and you become a member.
Is my card within reach?
That everybody's been waiting for. It kind of says you're a real actor. So being in SAG is a great thing.
I'm real.
I made some statements during the mandates and all that other stuff that I'm going to withhold my dues. Because if they're going to force mandates on us when everybody else is letting go of the mandates.
Yeah, I'm not one for mandates. I'm one for woman dates. I'm down. Do not force me into that type of thing. Now, if it's her husband there and we're both double teaming her, we can talk about a man date there with the woman date. But no, not just a man date. We are for women dates.
Pay my dues. And so people are like, well, you're not a member of SAG. You didn't pay your dues. Look, whether I owe them money for dues or not.
You could be a due-paying non-member, so you can work union and non-union without getting in trouble.
I'm still a member of SAG. And many years ago, I did a like an independent movie for some friends.
Have you ever done anything for professionals beyond Salute Your Shorts? Have all your other roles been for friends too? Just a question.
Story short, it wasn't SAG. So I got affected with SAG and AFTRA. And I basically lost my membership around that time. It's like 2011 or 12. Was it? It might have been 2009 or 10. But long story short, they come after you. You know, whether you made a mistake, the production company.
I had a Pottstown Massacre joke in the chamber, Rochi. Hopefully it comes back to me. It was in the chamber and I lost it. It hit the floor. Hopefully I can load that Pottsburg Massacre back in here and it'll fit naturally. But Shuli versus Donkey Lips. Well, Shuli does have a fake network. Donkey Lips doesn't have a fake network. But yeah, let's start writing down the similarities and differences between Michael Ray Bauer and Shuli Egar.
Company that you worked for made a mistake.
Decide that.
And they lied and said they were a part of SAG or New Media. Long story short, you know, SAG don't play. So I got back into SAG. I had to make the rounds, pay the money again, apologize for the mistake I made doing the end.
That actually paying the money again is why I'm still a member. I did the math, and actually I should have went ahead and not been a member because I thought I was going to be back in Atlanta or New Orleans in a few years. But I like it here and somewhere. I'm going to stay for a while and just keep paying SAG for basically no reason, I guess.
Independent film and this and that. And that's why a lot of you guys asked me to be in your movies in recent years. I can't do it. Cannot do it. Unless it's actually SAG approved and under a SAG contract, I cannot do it. I cannot lose my membership again because I'll be ousted. I will be ousted for the rest of my life. Even if I may never act again.
Then you may want to be a dues paying non-member. That's actually a thing. And you can do union and non-union. And really, how much union work are you getting? Are you like me, where it's just like one day this will be used again, and then you just get sidetracked at Gray Mercy and Franklin and never go back? Rochi says Michael eats from the toilet. Shuli would be in one.
Again, I want to be a member of SAG.
Should be in one.
My dues as soon as possible. But I always want to be a member.
Shuli should be in a toilet. Yeah, I was picturing Shuli taking a shower in the toilet. I didn't exactly get the reference, but the visual of Shuli doing a bum shower in a toilet made me laugh. And yeah, Michael eats from the toilet. Shuli should be in the toilet. Because it basically is. Like if him and Bob Levy have a falling out, it's immediate toilet time.
Comes to residuals that we get through them. And that's what they're striking for. But it also, we have our retirement and our like grants, and SAG helps people. If you go to them for help, they will help you. I never really went to them for help, and that's on me. But SAG is a good entity. Okay. So that's why.
Maybe it is now. It wasn't under Gabrielle Carteras. Fuck her.
This strike still means a lot to me. And I 100% am in solidarity with the strikers and SAG. And from what I've read and heard about what they're seeking, it's very important. There's a lot of videos online from other friends of mine and other people talking about the strike and you know, and there's a lot of naysayers. Oh, because when they think of the strike, they only think of the famous,
such as Beth Stern. Nay, she says.
Actors, the big actors that make, you know, a ton of money a day, or a ton of money a movie, or a ton of money per episode. There's 160,000 or more, not much more, but I think there's around 160,000 SAG members. And the average
am member number 1134649. That doesn't mean there are that many members currently. That just means there have been 11 million people who have registered as a SAG-AFTRA actor at some point.
Doesn't even get one job a year. And we're talking about speaking, having a
Should I not have given that out? I don't think that's a problem. It's not like my social.
They have one line. It's a one-day job most of the time. And we have a minimum wage We call it scale.
Yeah, when you see the rates actors get, very often it is 1-2 days at a time. A week is great, and yeah, you see this nice money that they get for being an actor, but it's not consistent. Everyone who's an actor has to have a side gig. Oh, what's the name of that man? He was in a Oscar-winning movie, and he was still doing construction as a side gig. He had a significant role in there. Hopefully I'll remember his name, but yeah, I was surprised when he told me that he's still working construction. I was like, you were just in that Oscar winning movie last year and you were pretty significant. Like, yep, wasn't a big role. I was there this long. And yeah, everyone has a side gig except for the elite few.
I know the exact details because it's been a while since I've worked, but the minimum wage for a daily job for an actor with maybe one line that works for one day on a TV show or a movie is anywhere between $700 and $1,000, the minimum. People say, oh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Again.
And I do believe that's for the 8 hours. You get more for working if you're 10, 12, 14, I believe.
This actor may only work one day that entire year. How are they going to pay their bills? So that's
with their side gig, which at that point becomes their main gig, donkey.
Why we rely on a better minimum wage, or they call it scale income. But if you're a more popular actor, like sometimes with me, if let's say a few years back, if I get a one-day job on a TV show or a movie because I have a resume behind me with some other jobs, my agent can request more than scale. So if scale is $700 to $1,000 a day, my agent or manager can request more money because I have a bigger face or a bigger name, or I've done more quality.
Could, but he's not going to get it.
$1,500 for the day.
No, we're not paying you $1,500 for the day, donkey. $700, take it or leave it. We'll get Bobby Budnick to come in for $800. We'll give him $800, but you're only $700. Bobby Budnick isn't getting $1,500. No, you can't have $800 either, donkey lips. That's Bobby Budnick money.
No, this is a scale job for, we love Michael, we know his content, but it's a scale job. We'll give him $1,000, which is probably scale, plus we'll pay the agent, plus 10% for the agent or something like that. Those are all negotiations. But again, the big actors can negotiate the big stuff. The smaller people don't have a lot of negotiation.
Yeah, I got to be on a few sets with Johnny Depp's favorite craft service guy. And yeah, he was talking about how very often he would be a negotiation, but Johnny Depp wants so much, so he wasn't on every film that Johnny Depp was. And oh my God, did I love that craft services. I love you, Teddy. I hope to work with you again. You were fantastic. The craft services for that low budget show that we worked on must have been astronomical compared to other shows, because you did a great job, and other shows that are bigger love you, Teddy. Love you.
Negotiating power, because the studios make a budget. That's why a lot of actors, to get their health insurance, you had to have made, as an actor within that year, you had to have made 15,000. Oh, it went up to 18. I think 18,000 to 45,000 to get health insurance through your union. How many actors actually make $18,000 a year? Again.
You sound like me scraping by with the background acting to make that minimum. Oh man. Usually people who are above me in acting that gets the that actually gets voice work, they're not struggling as much as background actor folk are to get those minimums. Because yeah, it was a photo finish multiple years in a row of, if I'm going to, was it like? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm remembering the photo finish years, and there were some years where it wasn't a problem, depending on if my good gig was in. But that's a little minutia we don't need to get into. Rochi says, wait, don't all actors work in restaurants in Hollywood? A lot of them do. That is the Shermanator. Shermanator, not going to happen. From American Pie, he's still trying to be a big actor. I actually worked with the Superstore girl. Someone had to remind me that she worked front of house, and they said that she was a fucking idiot, just like she was on television. I've heard the same thing about Dylan from Modern Family, is that he's not playing a moron as much as he is a moron. I worked with one of the extras from Lost at that same restaurant. But yeah, the restaurant is like the weekend shift is actually preferable because most productions are not filming on the weekends. So working Saturday, Sunday double shift should be able to get a nice little income, and then we are available Monday through Friday for the possible Hollywood jobs.
And think about that. So a lot of actors don't
Conventions.
have
I started working conventions. I really enjoyed working conventions. I really got into event planning and enjoyed it. And someone didn't think they needed an event planner for Pottstown.
insurance. It's really a tough business.
Oh,
And
I
I
don't
can't
have my
explain how
clips
tough
up.
it is.
I could have had the
That's why
Laughing
A
Brothers
lot of
there.
actors do non-union jobs to get SAG vouchers to become a member of SAG. Then they pay like $2,000 to become a member of SAG after they get 3 vouchers. while
$3,000.
working as a non-union extra, or now they call it background actor. But they only make like $100 a day, $125 a day as a non-union background actor. Then they become SAG. Then they're proud, and they can continue becoming a background
Okay,
actor.
he's using 1990s prices. When I left, the background actors were making $175 for 8 hours, something in that range. He's using 1990s numbers. Is that what it is for the speaking role? Well, I imagine that you've gotten a speaking role somewhat recently, so maybe that does sound like it's probably up to date. The 700 to 1,000 for the speaking role, but everything else he's saying sounds like 90s prices to me.
With SAG. But the minimum wage or the scale for a background actor is around $180 to $220 for a background actor through SAG. And
Okay,
every production has to hire a
Okay, he was
certain
talking non-union. All right, he does know what's going on. Yeah, it's minimum wage for anyone off the street to be a background actor. So that's probably up to $15 an hour in Los Angeles. 15 times 8, that's guaranteed. And then it's getting less and less advantageous to be a SAG background actor because there's not as many SAG background acting roles. All they need to do is fill 24, and then oftentimes there's dozens more background acting that it's just the cheapo people off the street.
Of actual SAG background actors. So if they have 150 extras in an entire movie, SAG mandates that they hire maybe 45 SAG background actors for that project.
I was talking television. Yeah, that might be accurate for movies. That it's upped a little bit. But yeah, 24 is all you need. The first 24 are SAG-AFTRA, and then after that, it could be a giant scene with 1,000 people. The rest of the 1,000 are just non-union
Let's
folk
say
off
50.
the street.
Then 100 could be non-union. But now out of the 100 background actors that were non-union, they have to give probably 5 vouchers or 10 vouchers to those 100 actors. And you have to accumulate 3 vouchers as a non-union background actor to get into SAG.
Okay, that is accurate. And if one of those 24 SAG-AFTRA actors don't show up, they have to go to somebody. So you're rolling the dodecahedron, and if you roll a 20, you get a union. I've seen that happen to someone just out of the blue. Like, hey, I'm union. Someone didn't show up. Congrats. Here's your union voucher. Get 2 more. You can be a SAG member.
For like $110 a day, and hope to get one of those vouchers that's available, and then they have to accumulate all 3 of them. Now they have the option of joining.
Thanks for dropping in, Rochi.
3 vouchers.
He's got to go pick up his girl. I'll be keeping at it.
Then we have
can't wait to see you during the next streams. Thank you for chatting.
Depending on how much you make.
Chatting helps.
Let's be honest, the minimum of dues for not a lot of working actors is probably around $500 the entire year to be a member of SAG. So it's a big deal because you get, like I said, you get retirement, you get, pension. Sometimes you get health insurance. It's a big union. It's very important, and it means a lot to a lot of people. Now, the details of why they're striking.
It means that you don't get shot at in the 30s. That used to be a real thing. We need to shoot up this wall next to you. They did not have any squibs or anything like that. They just got a gun out and shot that wall up right after the actor stuck his head around the corner.
It's very nuanced, but we don't get a lot of residuals. Again, if you get a job on a TV show nowadays, you only make that amount of money that we kind of talked about a second ago. So then you rely on residuals.
Residual money is garbage. The clip of the actress on Orange is the New Black, who was almost a regular, she showed all her appearances, all her residuals, and it was dozens, maybe hundreds, and it totaled up to less than $30. So residuals are fucking garbage money, and unless you've been everywhere, then you can make $50.
And the residual contracts, there's no more primetime television. The last time SAG basically made like a big time residual contract was probably maybe 10 years ago. They did something a couple of years back where they updated it a little bit, but streaming officially has taken off in the past 3 years.
Yeah, streaming is a fucking Ponzi scheme. Everyone who isn't at the very top is getting fucked. The price for a SAG actor, is like, I think it was $125 for that Netflix show I did. I needed the money. A lot of people said they won't go for the lower rate, but they pay a lower rate for all these streaming shows than network and cable do, and it's fucking horse shit. They've got their creative accounting, and they don't tell what their numbers are for their shows. It's a lot of horse shit by the people up top. They have gotten more and more creative with their accounting. Spinal Tap still hasn't made money. According to their creative accounting, Harry Shearer brought this up, that Spinal Tap, he has had a deal where he gets back end money. He has never seen a cent because, according to the creative accounting on Spinal Tap, it has never made money. And that's
and a lot
fucking
of AI
bullshit.
and a lot of new technology and all this stuff is happening that SAG needs to strike for the future. Because we're losing money in residuals. Studios pay us residuals, not Netflix, not Hulu, not Peacock. Well, if they're NBC, if they're the studio, yes, they do. But it's not from, we don't get residuals from the studio and from their streaming entity. The studio sells a TV show like Friends to Netflix for $50 or $100 million or whatever it is. So Friends can air it on all their streaming platforms.
Muted. I'm unmuted. There we go. So a big point about this current one is that we have like evil Lex Luthor people running these corporations who want to scan background actors' bodies and likenesses once, pay them once, and have it in perpetuity. Perpetuity is why the union exists. Having anything in perpetuity is horseshit. If you want to scan me and use me, you should pay me a higher rate than if I was actually there, to deter you from actually using the AI, because a real human has the human touch. And
they buy all the episodes.
Fucking worst at times. I cannot believe that they have said no to every simple thing that SAG has offered. Fran Drescher, you are our Sarah Connor.
If you
help
did
us,
a couple of episodes with a couple of lines,
Franny
like
Wandresh, I'll work on that.
0.000%
Turning Fran Drescher into Obi-Wan. You're our only hope.
I'll get a residual from NBC for the sale to Netflix for $100 million, and then my percentage might have been, I don't know, $1,000 out of the $100 million, because I did like 3 episodes, I believe, in total that I'm
Don't make fun of his lisp.
Even though 2 of them only aired, but or they had me in flashbacks or whatever in a bunch of episodes. But long story short,
of what did he just say? His buddy's show? Where can we see you?
I don't know, $1,000 out of the $100 million, because I did like 3 episodes, I believe, in total that I'm contracted for.
I'm not going back further.
Aired, but, or they had me in flashbacks or whatever in a bunch of episodes. But long story short, I get like $1,000. So then that's broken up into a year paycheck. So every month I get a residual for like $88 after taxes. Again, it takes me a long time to get the check still, but it's only like $1,000. But that's a popular show like Friends. Imagine all the other shows that don't.
Okay, he's talking about he's on Friends. We need to find that.
$100 million.
Oh, and some other horse shit shenanigans Netflix was trying to pull with Arrested Development. The season 4 was it that they brought back, and they had that odd storytelling manner where they were following each character, but then they recut the episodes to be more traditionally like Arrested Development. Well, that's very simple. You owe everybody money for that, and they were arguing, no, we don't. That like I don't know a lot of the ins, outs, and what have yous of the SAG contract, but I do know like that was the big Crispin Glover thing of Back to the Future 2. They used his likeness, and because of that, what the fuck was I just talking about? Oh, the Arrested Development. The Arrested Development, you recutting that into 24 episodes or 20 episodes, you owe everyone who worked on that 20 episodes worth of work. And no, we don't. No, we don't. We're streaming. We're different.
Or whatever the streaming. Like my Nickelodeon one, for example. That had a weird contract under AFTRA before they merged with SAG. And I just recently got like 10 or 15 residuals or 20 of them.
And by the way, I should be getting, actually, no one's watching it. I wouldn't get any residuals. Yeah, it was right when SAG and AFTRA were merging. Under AFTRA, I would have got residuals. Under SAG, I didn't get residuals. And it was grandfathered in under the I do not get residuals after they merged. But yeah, it's not re-airing. No one watches it.
And in total,
I wouldn't even get the 4 cents that Stuttering John got.
On Paramount Plus through NBC. Out of 20 checks, I had like $17 for the entire year. $17.
Getting residuals from SAG is like getting birthday money from your grandmother in the 90s.
We did 26 episodes, but they're only showing 10 on Paramount Plus.
A check for 75 whole cents.
I don't know. I got $17.
He can buy so much candy.
So that might give you a little bit of insight into residuals.
75 pieces of penny candy.
Again, I cannot speak for every actor. The amount of money that I have presented are not true to every actor, so take it accordingly. But they are fighting for better residuals, more percentage for everybody, the smaller actors as well. Because, like, long story short, man, CEOs of studios and producers of studios and projects, they get a lot of money from advertisement and revenue. Like one episode of Friends will air on TNT or whatever, and then it'll have 8 commercials, and every advertisement company paid for that episode for that day $30,000. To have one ad.
Okay, now you're getting in the weeds.
So imagine $40,000.
I might jump.
8 for the 8 commercials.
This is actually exactly what I wanted to hear from you, but you're getting in the weeds here.
$100,000, $400,000 for one episode, and then it only gets 200,000 views. But that one-time airing on TNT or whatever as a rerun made $300,000 for the studio in advertisement revenue. This is not including Netflix. They have ad revenue for their services that are a little bit different. That's why you pay for ads or you don't pay for ads.
Getting into the ins, outs, and what have yous. And that's another reason why they kabuki-ish Netflix and all those streaming apps not revealing their views is a problem.
Or whoever they did their first job for, they have their image on file, and they're like, "Oh, we need to make an audience scene." Well, remember on that other movie?
Okay, now he's talking about the AI thing I was getting into. This is no, absolutely not. Pitchforks and torch time for people who say we need to that we want to get AI background acting. I'm not completely against it, but you must pay those people who you scanned and are inserting into it a day rate plus. I would say it should be more than if you actually had the actor there.
We hired 100 actors and we scanned and digitized their images.
Hi, Isaac Walmart. Thanks for joining.
$300 or $350. So we own their image. So now in this new movie, we need another 100 extras. Let's not call SAG. We don't need to hire anybody else. We can hire non-union for cheaper, but we got SAG actors and we own their image. Let's put them in this crowd scene. Just digitize them in the background. Yeah, we'll hire a few like 10, 15, prominent extras in the front, but now we can digitize their computer images because we own it in every movie, so on and so forth. So,
yeah, that's scary shit that they just own a database of real actual people's images and can just AI them to do anything. This is what they have on the table. They rejected everything of simplicity that SAG has asked for, just simple stuff like more money for background actors. the minimum wage has gone up, and we need to make it worth our background SAG actors' time to come in as SAG. We need to kind of match
A year later,
the growing.
Universal hires a couple of extras for a movie, and you're on the list. Then they look you up. Oh, we already own your image.
Kind of just trailed
you
off
did
there,
a movie
didn't I?
last year for Universal Studios. We own your image. We don't need to hire you again. We own your image. Oh, okay.
This is Crispin Glover shit. Crispin Glover, Back to the Future 2. They're now trying to trample all over the Crispin Glover clause.
Possibilities. This is speculation. This is just spitballing of the fears and the concerns of the technology and the way it's headed. So you get a job on Warner. If you're an extra, you get a job on Warner Brothers, and they say, "Hey, we want you to be a background actor in this Warner Brothers movie." Well, can you do it? You did a Universal Studios movie a month ago, and they own your image and your likeness for their studio. Can you work for another studio? Again, they own it.
Donkey Lip's actually bringing up good points.
So what they told
like that's a big reason of people doing non-union commercials in perpetuity, and then they cannot do. I've heard that's actually how Flo from Progressive got her job. That she was the second choice, and the first had a conflict from a commercial that she had done in perpetuity. So Flo has made a nice living. She lives in Burbank, used to stop by Not a Burger Stand, a improv actor originally, if I remember.
Fran Drescher and the president of SAG is, we want to
go Fran, go
their image for our studio for any future projects. It's madness.
So I have a proposal. The Let Los Angeles Die proposal. All these studios are asking for something just so fucking ridiculous, and they're just trying to starve out the picketers. They're trying to starve out the writers and the actors. Let Los Angeles die. Do not come crawling back to them and say, yes, we will be these slaves for you as you're asking us to be. Let Los Angeles die and move somewhere else. Atlanta, New Orleans, it's a cheaper living. Get another side gig, make it your main gig, and just let Los Angeles die, because that's where we're at. They're trying to starve out the picketers, and they must take extreme measures. So go ahead, start planning to move away, move adjacent to Atlanta and New Orleans. Even New York. New York is more theater, but they also have a film industry. And let Los Angeles die, like these very greedy, up at the top, making 400 times as much on a regular basis versus making 400 times as less every now and then. People are demanding, let your city die. Let their hellhole die. Let them show. Let's show them what their city looks like with just AI, with no one there, with like, this is killing the middle and the lower class to have AI come in and do the job of hundreds upon thousands of people who rely on that work to get by, to pay rent, to do the bare minimums.
Madness.
God damn, I didn't expect to get this serious on a Donkey Lips episode.
$200 to $300 as a background extra, and I may never work again.
And we need to go to these corporate entities, that all these studios, and just tell them,
you think this is bad? This chicanery? He's done worse.
And we need to make sure they never do worse again.
And there's rumors that for the WGA, I think it was, that they said they're glad that they're striking because they're going to end up homeless and living on the streets. They're going to wait us all out. So that's the elitism and the greed.
Let Los Angeles die, Isaac Walmart. They're trying to starve out all the artists. Don't let them starve you out. Come to Atlanta. Come to New Orleans. Come to Orlando.
They laugh at us.
Actually, I guess the Los Angeles folk aren't going to Florida, are they? There's an exodus happening of Florida of their own. So maybe not Atlanta.
As our president said, it's not only about the actors and SAG. This is about almost every employment or business or company or every union in America or around the world. The future technology, the way greed is taking over, they don't care about us. We are the 99. Remember Occupy movement, Wall Street. It all is coming down on us. There's only the poor and the rich. There's no more middle. So this is a huge strike. This is kind of, in a way, the Occupy movement Hollywood strike.
Holy shit, we're getting serious with donkey lips. We're looking at what the studios are offering us and just yelling back at them.
What a sick joke.
So let's give them a sick joke of our own. Let Los Angeles die.
That Occupy Wall Street wanted to be back in 2008, I believe it was. But this is a big deal. I'm not going to go into the weeds on why we're striking anymore or stuff like that because I don't have all the answers. They did put out a press release that actors couldn't do conventions, podcasts, interviews, promotions, stuff like that. And I think that's talking about a studio or a product that was presented under that contract. But actors can 1,000% sell autographs, sell themselves, and talk about their life.
Actors can sell themselves. Everyone hear that? Bunny Ranch time.
As an actor. And they can go do promotions or whatever for themselves. So we were scared about that going into the San Diego event. But doesn't involve me at this moment. I can sell myself, my career, or whatever. Because it's not under.
You can sell your script collection. Donkey. Henderson. I keep saying Tennessee. Henderson, Nevada.
Contract through a studio. The products or the productions are. So it's an interesting nuanced dynamic.
Maybe Henderson, Tennessee. What do they have going on there? I'm not sure. I know what they have going on in Henderson, Nevada. I think it would be a good place for you, Donkey.
I recommend everybody, if you're really interested in more of this stuff, start watching the press conferences and the news media, read the articles and see what's going on. Because this has the ability to really, really affect everything. And Hollywood deserves this. The studios don't
let it die. Let Hollywood die.
Want to give up 2%.
They want to. What they're asking is so unreasonable. They're trying to starve everyone out. Don't let them starve you out. Get out. Let it die.
Because they're making movies that are not doing good. It's not because of the actors. It's because they're making, let's call it woke nonsense. They're doing diversity changes. They're adding all these laws.
Okay, then you have something like the Quantum Leap reboot, which completely confirms these bigwigs saying, let's just get AI, because if you're going to give us this garbage, we can get a computer to do it. Let's take Exhibit A of Quantum Leap reboot off the table. They brought it back for a second season. I wanted to do a review of that. It fucking hurts to watch that. I kind of do want to do a review of Quantum Leap reboot up to episode 12, but it really fucking hurts to watch that show.
All DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, and it doesn't make sense. And they're recreating, classic movies or stories, and they're changing actors. They're changing the races of actors just to do it, to get on some scale. There's like a diversity production company, public company scale where you have to be in the top 10%.
Is this where Donkey Lips turns into Anthony Cumia?
Doing all of these changes to get high on that scale, but yet they're losing millions of dollars now in movies, and that's why they're telling SAG, you guys ain't important. You're losing movie or money for us because of the movies you acted. No. And
the big problem with movies now is that it's there's always a mix with art and business. The Sistine Chapel, Da Vinci did that, right? Leonardo da Vinci, if I remember correctly. And he painted what they wanted him to paint, and but the human brain he snuck in there. Movies are now far too much business and not enough art. The way that movies do not need to cost $100 million. Many movies only need to be 10 million or less, which is still a lot of fucking money. But in talking about changing the system, most movies, 10 million, 5 million, can we get away with $1.5 million movie in 2023 like we could in 2005? I'm not sure. But a lot of these, we do not need every movie to be 100 million, 200 million, 300 million. $500 million movies are becoming more common, and we don't need it. That is a rare occurrence in which we need these studios to do something like that. So let Hollywood die. Let's get back to more small scale movies and that's a big thing of all that money being spent on it requires there to be studio oversight. When you have something that doesn't cost a fucking thing like Lucky Louie, the studio isn't looking over his shoulder and he gets to do whatever he wants. And Lucky Louie, I take that back. Louie on FX. I do love Lucky Louie on HBO, but Louie on FX season 2 and 3 to me are like some of the best television there is. And he had no one telling him what to do because he made it so cheap that there didn't need to be any oversight.
No, the studios and the people producing these POSs are losing the money. Now they don't have the money because they're scared to give us the 2%. That's why writers are on a strike and whatever. And the average writer only makes, again, the average writer is the same thing like an actor. They're always looking for work. But the average working writer only works for 2 or 3 months out of the year, and they make $35,000. Yeah, look into that.
Okay, I didn't pursue writing, so that's probably accurate. I do want to pursue writing, and if you need some writing needs, you can get me at dillonfromsomewhere@gmail.com for all your creative writing needs. If you need a script doctor, I have a lot of fun taking scripts and polishing them up into something presentable. dillonfromsomewhere@gmail.com.
There's a lot of little ways that they can hire you
DILLON
to write a show or to work on a TV series. Then after 3 months, they fire you. The scripts are already printed. Now they start filming it, and they don't need you. They don't need the other writers in the writer's room. They kept on 2 people from the writer's room out of 10. So the other writers got to look for work. But sometimes you cannot work on other shows because you're currently under production of a horror TV show. So you cannot work. It's like a commercial.
A horror
TV show. It's really.
Now, you can't get under production of a horror TV show in Henderson. It's too big, but there's a small town right nearby where you can legally get yourself a horror show going. I say you can't. You can't legally get your horror show, your horror movie going in Las Vegas or Henderson, but you can.
Really, really weird. Then they don't allow you to work independently because you're technically still a writer under the union, so you cannot do non-union movies or TV shows or write scripts. It's the same thing for actors. It's very, very nuanced, guys. It's very, very scary, very, very nuanced, and that's what they're fighting for. But I do want to say one thing. I hate the fact that it looks like a PR stunt. When the writers started striking a couple of months ago, all the people went out for a photo opportunity to photobomb. A lot of the, let's call them not the real famous actors. This is during the writer's strike. Not
that's just what they do. They want to be seen. That's just what they do.
Went on the picket lines for the writers. They did say in solidarity they're with the writers, but the smaller actors, they went right to the picket lines of the writer's strike. Why? Because writers write movies, and these young actors want to meet these writers to hopefully be written in, build a friendship, a relationship, and be written into some of these movies.
I should have hit the mute button on that.
That on Instagram for a lot of people. But hey, I can't blame it. It's a game to some and handle it. I should have done it. Let's be honest. I should have brought my face out and all that other stuff. Hopefully got recognized or some writer.
Can you physically walk yourself over there anymore, Donkey?
Liked me when he was younger or whatever. But it like a little bit bothers me that it becomes a like public relations stunt. And that's kind of what's happening again. Now that the Screen Actors Guild strike has started, a lot of famous actors, you'll see them for like an hour or half an hour on a picket line, and then they'll have photos on Instagram and everything. And then
okay, let's jump a little bit.
Trying to get more money from
we can get to the end of this.
Production companies, producers, from studios, etc. And they're all not giving us what we want. All right, they're saying our demands are too high or it's unrealistic. Whatever they say. Think about this.
Oh, yeah. Schrodinger's profits. That's where we are in pretty much all business nowadays, where it's record profits, but we don't have enough to pay our workers. It's Schrodinger's profits all around big business nowadays.
This is for the streaming services and the productions. The productions are shutting down. But the streaming services that those production companies and those studios make, like Hulu, Disney, Netflix, whatever they may be, they get $10 a month, $8 a month, whatever it is from every actor, from every one of you, to watch whatever's on there for entertainment. So if every actor that's in the union got rid of every streaming service and did it live on Instagram where they canceled their...
I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fuck it.
...service, whether it be Netflix, Hulu, Disney, they did it live on Instagram and they did a hashtag.
We'll do it live.
If they had, the streaming services, how much would that cost the studios a month? Maybe $8 million. Do the math, 160,000 members times $8 a month, $10 a month, whatever it is. I don't know if the math is right, but maybe $7-8 million. The studios and the streaming services will lose. Instagram video about it, telling all the other actors and everybody else to do that. But again, how realistic is it? Everybody needs entertainment. I don't know. Stop buying movies if you want to support. But again, that sounds like a haiku, for people that love entertainment and movies and TV shows. It's a weird balance, but they're going to.
There's no words on it, Isaac from Walmart. Fucking thing sucks.
Win.
To take us out. What does that mean?
All that. They're going to win. Maybe not, long term. But they think they're winning right now. And until we put it where it hurts in their wallets, it's going to be a long strike. Because again, this is not only a now strike.
They're starving us out. Let them. Don't stay. Don't stay. They're doing their best to get you
and they wanted to bring us back to
on the brink
that paid us
of
2019.
death.
They wanted to bring us down into contracts from like 2019 or 2020 after inflation and everything went up. I mean, the world is stupid. Let's end it with this. The world is ridiculous. We want minimum wage to go up. We want minimum wage to go up. Hey, congratulations, America. We're taking
Oh, by the way, Los Angeles, when people demanded for the wage to go up to $15 an hour, it took them 8 years to get it up to $15 an hour, at which point people are like, can it be $22 an hour? We're busy patting our back for getting that $15 you wanted 8 years ago. Yeah, that was 8 years ago. Can we get 20? I can't hear you over myself patting myself on the back for getting you that $15 over 8 years.
Minimum wage from $12 to $15 worldwide. You get what you want. We're giving you what you want. Yeah. America, minimum wage, $15. All right. Yeah, we got minimum wage, $15 an hour. Let me go buy a milk.
And no, we don't. It's still $8.25 an hour, I think, nationwide. California, it's 15. You can hear everyone smelling their own farts in the chambers of California Congress for getting that 15 passed way after people asked for it.
Yeah. Oh, milk is $5 now. Wait a second. Milk doubled. But I'm still getting $15 an hour. From $12 to $15. And then the food almost doubles in price. Our income didn't double in price, but our food did. You can't live like that. I'm Michael Ray Bauer. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Expect some more videos for members only in the days to come from my San Diego events. And other than that, I love you guys. And remember, hate can't hurt happy. So try to be happy. Thanks,
hate can fuck happy up. That's a good phrase, but hate can fuck happy up.
I'll try to love you as best as I can.
Wow, thank you, Donkey Lips, Michael Ray Bauer. I cannot believe this was such a serious episode. But that's what we got. I have a lot more to say about SAG-AFTRA than I realized. And let's go to another child star who's not doing as well nowadays, Adult Dora the Explorer. What's going on, Adult Dora?
Hola, soy Dora. Dora had a wild New Year's Eve last night and woke up under a bridge. Could you help Dora find her way home? Let's check Dora's backpack. Backpack, 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 backpack. Dora knows that the sun rises.
Oh, that'll do you good, Dora. Get that'll help. You just get in the state in which you got under the bridge, and then work your way backwards.
In the east and sets in the west. Could you help Dora find the sun? Where's the sun? Which way? This way. Oh. Okay, found it. Knowing which way the sun was didn't help Dora at fucking all. Could you help Dora find the Uber? Where is he? Where?
Yes, this is for real, Isaac from Walmart. There are actually a few sexy Doras on TikTok, and Stormy G also has what is it? Pokemon. Thought there's some type of thought Pokemon. Excuse me, pardon me. Thought Pokemon, THOT Pokemon that she does as well. And she's a bit thin for the other Dora. There's another adult Dora that is very curvy. She needs more meth. I'm sure she'll find what she's looking for. Yes, surprisingly, Stormy G doesn't have an OnlyFans, though. That's something I look into every once in a while. She is just a comedy creator. I am not sure of her habits with Los Drogas, if it's an act or not. But nicely done, Stormy G. What's going on at the grocery store, Kate Wisher?
This woman at Kroger was putting out $1.29 blueberries, and I said, fuck yeah. Just to her. She looks scared. I've got to get normaler. But that's a really good deal on blueberries.
Be sure to get some blueberries that make you say, fuck yeah. And we have a little comedy sketch before we get out of here. What do we have? 2 more? Yeah, we'll do this one, and then we go out like we always go out. I think a lot of you know what I mean.
Relax, Shadow. Shadow, relax. Stop.
Oh, Shadow. Don't scare the lady like that, Shadow. And I said we'd have one more as we usually go out. And it's the word of the day. It's always the word of the day. It's 2 words. It's sexy clowns. We have got Pipsy Pinwheel, and she is a sideshow performer. She is a sword swallower, not on OnlyFans, not gutter sword swallowing, like actual sideshow sword swallowing of a sharp medieval type sword. And a nice hobo clown popping out of the Jack in the Box. And Pipsy Pinwheel does have a lot of other content I would like to throw up there, but she throws music in the background. So maybe I'll throw some Pipsy Pinwheel up there with some on mute or throw it into another compilation. I am a big fan of Pipsy Pinwheel. And sure, why not one more? I've got this one available. So we got to our sexy clown. Now let's just get to our superhero of all bimbos, Chrissy Shalapeka. Pekka. Fucking Pekka. Fuck yeah, Chippa. So what's going on in the world of bimbo lady?
This is what sin does to people. This is not normal. This is a clear example. A clear example.
Are they firing a hose at her? You need a high-powered hose. A low-powered hose just gets her more sexy.
You're ugly right here. What do you think you are, a Barbie doll?
Yes, thank you. Can you say oh my?
Jesus, big.
You made her day. You think you are a Barbie doll. That's all I have pulled for today. What an informative episode. I was not expecting to be so on point with our good buddy Donkey Lips. Thank you, Isaac, from Walmart. Great show. Subscribed. Usually we're more silly around here, but we got on the serious SAG-AFTRA strike talks, and I had more to say than I thought. You can buy Donkey Lips' merch somewhere. Just look for Donkey Lips. He's selling T-shirts and his personal possessions. Here's my prototype of Sexy Clown Circus shirts. What is the Sexy Clown Circus? Is it a bordello on wheels? Are they a bunch of murderers going around? Well, not all of them. Some of them are whores, some of them are murderers. I think I'm developing a show as I'm talking. Hit me up, HBO. Actually, no. We're on strike against you, HBO. We're going to make this bordello clown show on our own with blackjack and hookers. Kind of implied that there's hookers there twice over. Thank you, new people, for hanging out with us. Isaac Walmart, Rochi was here for a while. King of all diffs was here early. I don't know if you caught any live, but hopefully you will later. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Dylan from somewhere, Sunday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. We've got more co-host auditions, TikTok around the clock, and I'll be playing AEW Fight Forever as DMX, working my way through the road to elite. Thank you for joining. Now go away and check out my other videos.